Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope that my audio is better today. I finally got a microphone that works, or that is compatible with my system, I should say. I've purchased several microphones since I've started my channel, but they don't quite um, align with what I had. So hopefully my audio is going to be a lot more clear and I can uh, get organized here. It's not very comfortable, the setup, to be quite honest. I have to work on that. I haven't developed the right system for my own self. So, interesting topic. Before we do this reading, it seems we're going to be doing a reading on the toxic masculine. Sadly enough, for those of us that have no interest in the toxic masculine energy or revisiting or touching base on or whatever the hell with that energy, because it's like, okay, there is a thing, and it's called misogyny. Now, most of us women don't grow up with labels already in front of us telling us, you know, this type of man is this type of man is that. When they behave like this means that. And we can end up jaded, or we could end up, you know, shocked, or we can end up in pain due to not understanding the masculine behavior or the toxic masculine behaviors, or not clearly defining them or clearly expanding on what is not acceptable behavior and what is. So not having clearly defined boundaries when it comes to that. And it's not to play, I didn't mean to say that. But it's not to blame the women that came before us, if they had veils or the inability to explain what certain types of behaviors produce. So, misogyny is men that hate women, period. And that obviously comes from a deep-seated imbalance with the divine feminine energy. Whether they completely shut off the divine feminine, whether they don't ever quite awaken the divine feminine within them, whether they've learned to make bad, wrong, or evil their feelings, or anything of that matter. So if you are emotional and you react to a misogynist in a way that is feminine, which is emotional, scream, cry, yell, I mean, for obvious things, instead of there being a little, light that turns on and says, oh, this person I love is angry because they're hurt, or they're sad because they're hurt by something I did or said, and they're trying to explain that to me. And I love them, so let me listen to them. Let me understand them. Let me see where they're coming from. Let me make sense of it for them, where I'm actually, instead of fight them for what they feel or how they feel about my behavior towards them. Let me ensure them that I love them, and that this is how I show my love, versus that. All of that doesn't exist in this type of masculine or feminine's psyche, I guess you could say. And why I say it could also play out in women, there are women that are like this as well. They genuinely hate the feminine. Genuinely. Everything female. If you talk about your feelings, they're uncomfortable about it. They scold you for it. They judge you. They criticize. They'll tease you. They'll mock you. As opposed to trying to understand and having empathy or compassion. Now, at some point or another, we don't all grow up just understanding our feelings. We don't all grow up having understanding our labels that we can put and classify. But for the most part, as we develop and we establish connections with others and we want to improve our dynamics with others, we will tend to learn about how we feel, learn to express how we feel, learn to talk about how we feel, and really want to understand the other person's perspective as well, to get to common ground. Do we feel comfortable with each other? Do we feel the same towards each other? Most people don't realize how many people pretend to feel. Pretend. That blew my mind. I really believed that everybody had feelings. I truly believed that. And we're not talking about a person with Asperger's or on the spectrum of autism where they have where they maybe, I can't even describe how they process their feelings, but they're considered to not have normal feelings, right? Or at least it's acknowledged, okay. But a misogynist runs around the world like a normal person. They interact with you, and they might even put on such a good mask in dealing with you that they'll be in a relationship with you. But while they're in their relationship with you, they're loathing you. They're resenting you. They're fuming with hatred towards you. And for nothing. It's just because of who you are. And it's an insecurity that prompts out. It's like something you are that in their mind is inaccessible or unavailable or absolutely not who they are. They're so unidentified with their own feminine within. They can't even perceive that they come from their mother. Therefore, their mother lives within them as an aspect of them. How ignorant or blind or mentally imbalanced does someone have to be not to see that, not to recognize that, not to notice that that's actually like what you would assume is common sense. It's not common, right?